We're approaching Pat's Fiscal Funhouse, named after Indiana LTAP's very own lead engineer. But that place looks mighty foreboding.
Mind if I drop in?
Wow, it's Pat Connor in the flesh.
That's right. And don't worry, Joe. The Fiscal Funhouse might look scary on the outside, but how else am I going to get people to watch this last video? Besides, on the inside, it's full of best practices and possible solutions for road funding. I see the comptroller has loaded your carts with road funds for Indiana's local agencies. Believe it or not though, these funds aren't the only revenue sources available to locals. In fact, many counties and municipalities often match these dedicated funds with even more money from their own general funds. And sometimes they take advantage of other revenue sources, such as a local option income tax, a wheel tax, a motor vehicle excise surtax, or even a cumulative bridge fund. Those are all great sources of added road and bridge revenue. First stop in the Fiscal Funhouse is the Inflation Chamber. This is where transportation budgets at state and local levels feel the sharp economic squeeze of inflation. And with rising construction costs, it can sometimes feel like the walls are closing in. But there are solutions. Some states have restructured some of their dedicated tax revenues to incrementally adjust to inflation every year. I see we're coming up on Lost Treasure Cove. Other solutions involve potential sources of untapped revenue, as if waiting to be discovered on some deserted treasure island. And check out that bulletin board, Joe. It's covered with road funding solution ideas from other states. Some parts of the country have turned to state general funds for their winter operations, while others have suggested additional fees to large motor carrier delivery companies whose heavy fleets account for increased road damage and maintenance costs. This is the temple of new projects. Who isn't in favor of economic growth and new infrastructure? It can be awfully tempting to embark on new and exciting highway projects, but sometimes fiscal responsibility might mean having to resist the lure of new high-priced projects if it puts your existing infrastructure in jeopardy. Speaking of infrastructure, each year the sheer number of vehicles traveling across Indiana continues to grow. With more fuel-efficient, hybrid, and electric vehicles coming down the pike, state legislators across the country are already looking ahead to help offset any revenue loss at the gas pump. Like a giant boulder, modernized forms of transportation keep moving forward. Interestingly, in 2023, while revenue from the Indiana gas tax saw a slight decline, revenue from the gas use tax actually increased, which means the overall formula of dedicated tax revenues balanced everything out in the end. While the number of hybrid and electric vehicles in Indiana has steadily increased over the past 7 years, they still account for less than 5% of the total number of registered vehicles in the state. In other words, there's still time to explore future road funding needs and not get caught off guard. That's strange. We've stopped moving. I don't like the looks of this place. We better get out and push. Could be worse. We could be down here doing payment ratings. What? Oh no, it's the modernization boulder. Come on, Joe, keep pushing. Run for it. That was close. In the end, modernization is a hallmark of human ingenuity. It doesn't have to materialize in the form of a giant boulder, unless people choose to completely ignore it. Next up on our Fiscal Funhouse tour, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Welcome to the lifestyles of the rich and innovative, where countless lives are enriched through innovation. Each day, transportation agency employees of all ranks are coming up with clever, more efficient and safer methods for doing their jobs. And many of these innovations have been nationally recognized and remain here on full display, courtesy of the Indiana Transportation Innovators Program.
Check out this converted single-operator leaf vac truck. helping transportation agencies to taste a slice of the good life. Or this plow blade moving cart. How about this jackhammer signpost installer? And feast your eyes on this underbody sprayer and elevated wash platform designed to making washing large fleet vehicles faster and safer. Never underestimate the effectiveness of innovation. They're a testament to Indiana's brightest minds by saving money, increasing productivity, and eliminating safety hazards. The last stop on our Fiscal Funhouse tour is the Tunnel Share. This is a rotating tunnel where agencies pool their resources and work together to purchase assets, train workers, and coordinate work plans.
And speaking of that, certainly looks like Indiana Joe is having fun.
That's good, because it's all about sharing. For example, instead of 3 separate agencies playing by their own rules, they could combine their efforts in an organized coalition. With their elected leaders involved, local agencies can work together to create a common vision for future development and ultimately gain greater political leverage and buying power through collective purchasing. One thing I've learned at Indiana LTAP over the years is that if local agencies take the time to learn from each other, they can operate and spend their money more effectively. And when searching for additional road funding, it's important to consider new policy changes that might impact your situation. So don't just aim for one particular funding source. Look at the entire revenue formula. You'd be surprised at all the options out there, especially if your local agencies team up and work together. So that's it. We've reached the end of my Fiscal Funhouse. Best of luck, Indiana Joe.
Anticipation. That's the word that best describes our hero as he delivers dedicated road funds and fiscal advice to local agencies. We now arrive at the upper pass completely cleared of snow, thanks to another nearby town helping to collectively purchase a snowplow and de-icing materials. As for the police chief and the insufficient drainage system on Main Street, newly received motor vehicle highway funds have allowed it to be completely drained of floodwaters and reconstructed. And the back roads have been newly paved with local road and street funds. Not to mention ingenious time-saving innovations that makes washing fleet trucks much faster and easier. That means no more truck washing injuries for workers. And finally, owing to additional funds from the county's cumulative bridge fund, as well as being awarded a community crossings matching grant, bridge access to the vet clinic has been restored, allowing a sick kitten and its worried pet owner the chance for healing.
Congratulations, Joe. Your quest to assist all those local agencies proved successful. You should feel proud. Oh, and those local agency letters you handed me? I found this mixed in. So I made some calls, and it turns out the police chief just one town over spotted a rough collie wandering down Main Street during their drainage reconstruction. When I told him that was your dog, he mobilized the entire town to find him. It wasn't easy, but long story short,
Well, friends, this seems like a pretty good place to end our story. Until the next adventure,